Thank you for staying with us. Achieving a sustainable retirement demands thoughtful planning and a balanced approach to different areas of life. Financial security plays a central role, and starting early with savings and strategic investments is key to building a strong financial foundation for the future. Beyond finances, healthcare planning is equally important. As people grow older, their medical needs often increase, making it essential to secure reliable healthcare coverage and prepare for potential health-related expenses. By proactively addressing both financial and healthcare needs, individuals can lay the groundwork for a retirement that not only ensures stability, but also promotes long-term well-being and peace of mind. Joining us for this conversation is the Managing Director, Alanis Agric. He's also a personal finance advocate, Olumide Akintayo. Good morning. It's good to have you.
Thank you.
We also have with us Managing Director, Zem Consulting or Consultants, retirement planning experts. She's also a business development consultant, Eugenia Ndukwe. Good morning. It's good to have you.
Good morning. Thank you.
Great. Now let's talk retirement and what it is or what it means to proactively plan your retirement, because some persons will wonder, is it not just to wait? I have some amount of monies in my bank, or I'll be planning or banking on the monies that will be coming from government. So I am a pension and all of that. That makes me secured enough. Some persons think like that. But I was reading up an article where it says that at 65, you should have about 7.5 to 14% or times of your salary, perhaps all you have earned. And I'm wondering how long it will take an average Nigerian with this economy to be able to save that. But let me begin with you, the financial expert. What you would say is being proactive when you're planning retirement.
So I would like to say that you might be retiring, but your bills will not retire. Okay. You might be retiring, your expenses will not retire. Health happens. Old age will happen to everybody.
Absolutely.
And most often it comes as a surprise because people are not deliberate about how they are going to live that old age. So I'll tell a story of a woman I know who got retired, and she immediately, because she didn't have any plan, the money she got, she put it in a multi-level marketing. Yeah. And in no time, the money went away. True life story. Few years down the line, she had health issues, no money, she's dead.
Oh dear.
Okay, so that's why we are here, that people need to be deliberate about how they plan their old age. Old age will come to you, but what are you doing about it? So that's the challenge we have come to brought, and I'm going to be sharing from my own line some of the things they might want to consider.
Yes, because I was thinking perhaps you would just give us the point of, to be proactive, you begin from here. So you can begin to tell us how they can begin, our viewers who are watching, to plan for it.
Like I said, I'm an agric expert, so I'm going to be talking from the perspective of agric.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, so what I would like to suggest is, before your retirement, you want to familiarize yourself with what you'll be doing when you are retired. Okay, so I have quick 3 things that I'm thinking that they might want to do within the agric space. Because a typical person, when they plan for agric, they only think about farming. Okay, and most times they didn't do proper research before they even go into that farming. So I'm going to be deviating from the norms and sharing certain things. Number 1 is agric commodity trading and aggregation. Okay, all over Nigeria, there is one commodity or the other. We are blessed agriculturally, but you don't necessarily need to be the farmer, because typically there are lots of commodities in the market. Okay.
Off-takers.
Yes. So what you want to position as is target some manufacturing companies. You don't even need to be an exporter. Okay. I work within the export value chain, but you don't even need to go to the export length. There are lots of manufacturing companies within Nigeria. In Shagamu here, you'll be shocked how many manufacturing companies are in Shagamu. Okay, so you want to be the off-taker, the aggregator, from the farm gate and supply those companies, and you are making good money. The second one is, okay, let me talk about cashew farming, cash crop farming, cash crop farming. Okay, I'll talk of cashew specifically. The first year I entered cashew, about 15 years ago, I bought a ton of cashew, true life story, 20,000, 25,000 per ton. That's not the shocking part. This year, I bought it for around 2 million naira.
My goodness.
So inflation will catch up with whatever money you think you are saving. Okay? So you need to be more proactive. What we are saying is that don't just wait and rely on your pension alone. Okay? Have other side activities that you want to do when you are retired, which is some of the things I'm sharing. Okay? That before you retire, if for example you are planning to do what I'm doing, I have a cashew plantation. I call it the perfect retirement package. So imagine if somebody, a retiree, has a cashew farm, you know, and maybe when he planted, cashew was selling for 20,000 naira. You know, he will be selling today at 2 million naira.
2 million naira. That's a lot.
And the beautiful thing about tree crops, cash crop, is that they give you returns for 20, 30 years.
Yes.
Most often you hand them over to your children. Okay? The last idea I want to share and throw out there is agric warehousing. So there's always a cluster of farm markets, agric markets, almost in every locality in Nigeria. The one common to us in Lagos is Mile 2, but if you go down, there's almost a food market. Okay, most times farmers bring from the farm. You want to build a warehouse, or you even have a cooling system, okay, within those markets, such that when they come, they can store with you and you charge them. So you are making daily income. All these examples I've said are not things that require too much strong physical, you know. So you as an aged person can really be managing these things, and you are doing fine.
Right.
Okay.
All right. Ms. Ndukwe, when we say this man is retired, the picture that comes to mind is this gray-haired guy sitting in front of his house with a newspaper and maybe some grandchildren running around. Which should be. and things like that.
As it should be, right?
No, which should be challenged.
Okay.
It should be challenged.
Yes, I think that is not a good picture.
Yes, it's not.
You know, but I am not an expert, so I would like you to explain to us the dangers of seeing retirement as a long holiday.
That's actually very interesting question. Oh, well, I'll look at from the perspective of the realities
On the ground.
on ground, and especially in our own climate.
Yeah.
For the civil servants, you retire depending on when you join the service.
Yeah.
Right.
So if I'm 40 years and then I join the service, so obviously by the time I get 60, you know, I would have worked for 20 years. But you know, there are some persons who are lucky enough to have joined early, very early, but however, maybe with very poor certification and all of this. Now, such kind of persons will have to work, you know, for 35 years, right? And then maybe I was 22 when I joined, maybe as a cleaner, office assistant, and all of this. So by the time I retire, I'm still very active,
Yes.
right? So the two facts here is that the other person retired at 60, and maybe the other fellow retired at 50, 51, 52, which is still a very peak and active moment of your life. So when you don't take issues regarding your life outside of when you were having monthly income, the difference here is that at the time I'm working, right, I have a constant source of income every month. But by the time I retire, at this point in time, I have to think for myself. And you know, when I talk about the government sector, because they are the major employers of labor, And then again, people love to work for the government because they believe that at the time I leave the sector, I have something to fall back on.
I have gratuity. And
Yes. The fact of the matter is that just some weeks ago, there was a report of a police
Yes.
who retired, and he was given 2 million.
2 million.
Yes.
And he rejected it.
Yes. Yeah, but that's his reality, you know. But the question here is, should I now begin to take retirement as my own personal responsibility, not the responsibility of the government? Because I am a key stakeholder. The government is a key stakeholder. Issues regarding my daily expenses is also a key stakeholder because I don't have control over them. You ask a question, should the ideal retirement be a time when I sit back and then watch my grandchildren play, running around? It's not about grandchildren. This time around, for me, I think it's about myself. What do I want to do? What life? The same way you plan for university, you plan for your masters, you plan to work, the same way you should plan for when I'm 50, when I'm 60, when I'm 70. What am I saying here? What I'm saying here is that people must begin to be intentional about their life after 50. Because if you are still working and maybe you join at 30, you still have 30, 35 years. So when I say after 50, because at 40, 45, you have reached certain level, you know, and then you can determine 20 years what your life will be like. So what I'm saying here is that then at this point of your life, you now begin to think about, what do I do? If I love to sit down and watch my children jump around me, how much money do I have in my bank accounts to fund my life? Right? If I don't have plans, then I don't love myself. But if I love myself, I must be intentional about what sustains me. And what sustains me is not what I'm going to plan when I had leave active service. But while I'm saying this, let me emphasize here that retirement is not planning, it's not just for those working for formal sector or earning. Even for those in the informal sector, even for those who are working for themselves, even for you sitting down here, even for him, right?
He has his plan.
Yes,
he has his plan.
But you see, the issue here is the intentionality involved.
Yes.
You have to be very intentional. He is very intentional. He has his cash crops, and he's hoping that in the next 30 years,
his grandchildren,
he should be able to fund him. The woman out there who is currently working maybe as an assistant director in the government sector, what plans do you have?
So let's talk about intentionality, still staying with you now. At what point or at what age should you start planning your retirement, be you in formal or informal workspace,
sector,
or if you are working with government? What is intentionality? How do you go about it?
Theoretically, they will tell you at the moment you get employed, you should begin to plan for your retirement. But in reality, I said from 40 years. Yes, the moment you click 40, you should begin to think about how you intend to live, you know, from 60. Because at that time, your energy, the same agility, you know, the energy that you have now at 40, you don't have it. You're not going to have it at 60.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so you must take that. Once I click 40, some persons are quite intentional. From 25 years, they begin to plan for retirement. But while I said 40 years is because at that phase of your life, you would have determined what is the trajectory of my life? How much am I earning? Do you get it right? And then you can begin to now save. But you know, when we talk about savings in retirement planning, we should also consider issues of inflation. So what am I saving for? What is my retirement goal? How do I want to live? Do I want to own a house? At the time I retire, have I finished training my kids in the university? Right? At the time I'm 60 years, okay, do I have this business? So when I'm leaving the government sector, I am transiting into this. So these are all the intentionality. Now, if you are saving, are you saving for your health? Currently, I suffer from malaria almost every month. Yeah, you know. And then I know that maybe if I am not having a very active lifestyle, is in terms of, sports and being very conscious of what I eat, maybe when I get to 55, 60, my health may begin to fail me. So I must take absolute, pay absolute attention to issues regarding my health. I was talking with him this morning and I said, where is NSITF? Where is the National Health Insurance Scheme? Right? We are supposed to have a very robust scheme that caters for the health of retirees. The government have been doing so well. They have come up with beautiful reforms in different sectors of the economy. Everybody talks about pension, but I think health is a very critical area.
Absolutely.
Yes, so aside the government, aside my personal plans, what plans has the government got in stock for me? Our current president, President Ahmed Bola Tinubu, is doing very well. But I must tell you, if he pays a lot of attention to issues, maybe design a special scheme that caters for retirees. So by the time you are retiring, you are subscribing to that health scheme for retirees. I am not saying a general one. By the time we have this in place, that means in my own personal plans for retirement, I don't have to worry about health because the government have a very robust system that takes care of me.
Interesting.
From everything I've heard so far, you need to have cash to prepare for retirement, and you have kids. You have to send them to school. You have to take care of their health, feed them, clothe them. My father would say, at a particular age, you are a donkey. You are carrying everybody's load apart from your own. And at the end of the day, you still have to plan for your retirement with the prevailing economic realities that we have. Is it easy for anybody to have that kind of a plan? I know the answer is no. So what would be your suggestion?
Strategy-wise.
Give us a strategy that somebody that has not even thought about this can start today. And before long, he has something he can fall back on.
Okay, so the honest truth is, like you said, it's not going to be easy. Okay, but you are left with no option. It's either you play away and it waits for you in the future, or you get deliberate and start saving. Okay, the money will never be enough. That's the truth. That's the first thing we have to establish. The money will never be enough. Because the way we are wired as human beings, I think the Bible said it, so the more money increases, the more money, more problems. Yes. So the kind of lifestyle you never used to live, even if they increase your salary, you just remember, my friend used to drive this kind of car. I need to step up too. Okay, so it's called delayed gratification. It's something that all of us must imbibe, that discipline to say, no, let me save for my future. And like we said, whatever you decide to save while in active work should be something that can help you fight against inflation. Okay, such that you can leverage. I can have lots of ideas. You don't want to save and keep money in the bank. That's something they have to know. But first of all is that you deny yourself, you delay every gratification. You must have something you are saving. It's not going to be easy, but you must save.
No matter how little.
No matter how little. But when you are saving, you are not just saving. When we say save, don't put money in the bank. Look for places that will at least, to a large extent, add something to that money.
Yes.
Okay, while it's passive. For example, you can talk to your stockbroker. You can invest in a T-bill. You probably get 20%. At least that money is not staying idle. So what you want to do is actively funding that money, while on the second hand, you are still in your active job. You already begin to expose yourself to that thing you want to do while you retire. Right. While it catches people in the shock is like the example I gave. It's when you know that woman, it was when she retired that she just dawned on her that.
I need to invest.
Okay. I stumbled on a research recently that about 12% of the working population of Nigeria are the ones that have any retirement vehicle plan. 12%, that is alarming.
Before you add to it, this question comes. There are those who say they spent all their monies on their children, and so their children are the retirement plan, believing that they will be the ones to take care of them at their old age. So you can address that as well.
Okay.
No, but that's the truth.
I am not anybody's retirement plan, and I don't intend my kids to be my retirement plan. And I think it will be very unfair in the current economic situation to expect your kids to be your retirement plan, because how much are they going to be making? How much are they making? It also takes me back to his response. You see, we talk about savings. So that means I must have something enough to take care of me now, before I can save. If I'm earning, take for example, 80,000 naira, right? For an average level 8, maybe 80, 90, 100,000, even 150,000. How much is my light bill? How much is my transportation? How much do I spend on medical bills? How much food do I consume? So how much is left?
On house rent.
Yeah, house rent. And then maybe the children. How much is left from that money for me to save? What I strongly encourage people to do, aside having your savings, is to have what I call everyday income. Everyday income is very important, not just for those planning for retirement, but for every individual. Because once you have an everyday income, the good thing is that some residual money that you have, you can now invest. And then the money comes back to you multiple, right? So if you are intentional about your retirement, you must seek again for other alternative sources of income that will augment what you are currently earning, and then that will also prepare you. I am coming from the public sector because I am an advocate for retirement planning, strategic retirement planning for public servant or for civil servant. These people, I emphasize again, are not business people. They are administrative machineries. At the time that they retire, they cannot rely on the 5,000, 20,000, 40,000, 100,000 that they are gaining or they are getting from their pension administrators, right? So they need to have something. And from the gratuity or the bulk that you pay them, what are they supposed to do? They are supposed to invest. Now, the best kind of investment or the most options available for them is to go into business. Is starting a business easy? No, it's not easy. He said someone who went into multi-level marketing because she wants to have her returns 100%. That's what they tell you. Yeah. But is this workable? No. It's not workable. The challenges ahead are very enormous, and that is the reason why we must take personal responsibility of issues regarding our future and also take our mind away from our children. They have their own life to live. They are individuals. They are going to raise family. They need to struggle for themselves. I need to, first of all, eat now before I can help to carry you. So how then is it going to be easy for you, for a young
yourself to help others?
Yeah, to raise others.
So from what I've seen, you just need discipline.
Of course.
Important.
Am I right, sir?
Yes, sir.
Heavy discipline.
Heavy discipline.
And how did you call it again? A delayed gratification?
Yeah, delayed gratification. Intentionality.
But
intentionality.
Are there channels where people can be guided? For those who are listening to you now, for instance, they might say, okay, maybe there is an institution or someplace they can get in touch with you to, guide them through all of this that we have said. Some persons do not know how to go about it. Yes,
well, for us at XCM Consultants, my company, we have an annual initiative which we call the National Pre-Retirement Summit. And this summit is an annual event that brings together experts in various fields to come teach you, educate you, and even offer opportunities that could help you better prepare for retirement. And just recently, we started in discussion with Galaxy Backbone, The reason why we are doing that is that we are going into soft skills development for retirees so they can have an alternative source of income. And so the National Retirement Summit is also going to states now. Currently, we are having state retirement summits, and then we hope that state governments will take advantage of that to empower their.
Unfortunately, our time is up. But thank you so much. I've learned so much, especially this matter of agriculture. I've learned so much from you, Olumide Akintayo, Managing Director, Alanis Agric, Personal Finance Advocate, as well as Eugenia Ndukwe, ZEM Consultant, Business Development Consultant. Thank you. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you very much. It's been nice.
All right. We'll now link up with a Shomomo